Okay, I've split one open, so you can see the coil here. This is the contact plate here, so if I move that up and down, don't know whether you can see it or not. If I change this around, so moving it up and down. So this is the common contact plate, and then if you look very carefully, you will see there's a little plate here, that top one there, that's the back maker, and if you look really carefully just at the bottom there, if I can get it for you, you can see the making plate. So as this bolt is energized, as this coil is energized, it pushes down and makes that contact there, and then when de-energized it makes the back maker. So this is the back make, this is the back maker on the top there, and inside there is the maker. So this this here is the common, and the weak point on here is this pivot point here. This is where we would probably get some resistance build up in here. So let us connect the leads up and everything and see what we get on this one. Power leads set up, so get this bird's nest out of the way. So that's that, and then we just put the relay on, so that's 30, and that one's the right. So if I was to simulate this having power on, this would energize, so we energize the coil, it's making the maker, it's setting the maker, so now we've got the thing, the meter run, showing the resistance in that circuit, let go and it goes on the back, and to prove that we can take that off there, put it on there, and this is actually a bit dodgy, so this relay is a bit dodgy, so that back maker on there, on this relay, is a bit of a dodgy one. So this relay is a bit faulty, which is going to be interesting, because we can do a test on this. So if I pull that plate, sorry, if I pull that plate up, so at the moment that's on the back maker, and this should be buzzing, and it's not. Right, so if I get the plate and just pull it up, yeah, if I get the plate and just push this plate up, so it's making, so this relay is a bit dodgy, although it's okay on the making side, so we could use it as just a maker. But if you wanted to have something energized when it was something powered up when it was de-energized, you wouldn't be able to use this relay, because there's obviously something a bit dodgy with it. Right, so we're just going to check that on the power, and yeah. So if you look very carefully, this armature here, this bit here, will go down when it's powered up and off. And the reason why it is, when you put voltage across this coil, it causes the electromagnetic field, which then pulls this plate down and makes the contact. But we've already discovered with this relay, now it might be something I've done when I've cut this open or whatever, but it's as if this plate doesn't go up properly. So this was a brand new relay. Now I say it's either something I've done or there's actually a defect on that one. The other relay we had, which was in this box in here, was okay. So just for shits and giggles, because we know that ain't working, let's take this out of here. Let's place it in here and see if it comes up with an error. Might need to just straighten them out a little bit. So that's in. So we'll just connect that up to that battery. Connect that up. It's going up on its own here. So I've got a green. Now that sends alarm bells to me already. So that's telling me that everything on that relay is fine. And what I don't agree with is I've already tested that bat maker and that bat maker wasn't making. So it's falling down already. Let us take this out. Let us just put my meter on. Let's just take this out of here. So I'm only testing the bat maker, so we'll put that on the 30. What's going on with this? Let's just put oh, my dick. The wrong leads. Okay, so let's get these out of the way. Right, now I've got the right ones. So put that on there. So that's the maker. And that's the back maker. Not very good, that is it. So what we could do is push that plate in a bit. Push that plate in a bit. Yeah, so all I've done is that tag there, I've just pushed it down a bit so it makes contact with that. It's not. What I've got to make sure is that it's not. Yeah, so this relay was actually a bit dodgy, but it didn't show up on here. Right, one of the best ways of doing it is using this tool here, this so-called relay tester. What we want to do is put a slither of paper on the maker between the contact and the armature and the common and the maker, and see what happens. Okie doke. Okay, we've got a sliver of paper in there, and let's see what just happened. See what happens. Right, we've got a red light, which is normal. Push that on. What's going on there? Right, so it seems to be detecting. Right, it's definitely detecting the maker. So it does, but what it doesn't do is it doesn't say what the resistance is. So this tool as a quick tester is okay, but we don't want to lull ourselves into a false sense of security. So it's definitely trying to see that making contact there, and it's not seeing it, so it's not going. So we'll take that out, and what we'll do is we'll try and slide it, if my eyes allow me. We can slide it. I might have messed this relay right up now. Where's that gone? A bit of paper's gone. Yeah, because I need to press that down so I can get a piece of paper into the back maker. There it is. Okay, let's see what happens. Right, with the back maker in, blocked. It's not seeing it. Let's take that out and see what happens. I'm wondering if we do an intermittent fault, will it see it? So I've got to try and get this piece of paper in here when it's energized. Let's go and let's try it. Let's try again. Alright, so this unit does actually says what it does. It does test the relay. So it energizes and also is monitoring the maker and back maker, which is not too bad. But again, it does not tell you what the resistance is on here. Now we know this was a bit iffy. Obviously me bending that tab in has made it a bit better, but obviously this is sealed up like one of these, so that's all sealed up. We can't go breaking into it if one side's not working. So it's still handy to test, maybe on a meter, just check that we're getting everything in. But according to this, and when I interrupted that bat maker, it went red to say there's an issue. So it does actually work. So for me personally, I would just treat this as a quick tester. You know, if I was just checking relays, just check. Yeah, interesting. And if I still had a bit of an issue, then I would check the resistance on the contacts, doing it the way I've always done it for many years. Oh God, tired. So, would I actually buy one of these? Well, it's one of them, isn't it? I've been doing it this way for ages, for decades, and it served me well and it works. So you're relying on a piece of kit not to give you a fake reading. But it does sort of does what it says on the tin. But again, would I buy one? Probably not. Have I got one? Yes, I've got one now. I'm just wondering if my mate, when he sees this video, wants it back. If he wants it back, I'll give it him back. Anyway. Anyway, I hope you found that interesting. Yeah, so little relay checking device from a well-known Chinese website. You can get them on eBay. I've seen them on eBay. Would I buy one? No, not really. The way I've done it for decades always works, so why would I not to buy a little tool? But now I've got one, yeah, good for a quick check. My mate will probably want it back now. Anyway, I hope you found it interesting. A few more wafflings from an old fart. Anyway, thanks for watching, and let's be careful out there. Hopefully I'll get rid of these dark shades soon. I tell you what though, these are Cat 3 shades, and it's like I'm not wearing them. That's how bright everything is. Anyway, enough of that crap. See you soon.